Hey guys, how's it going? Fred from DD Tech Talk. Today we're going to be talking about the iPhone 6 1 week later. How's it going, guys? Now, it's been 1 week since the release of the iPhone 6, and I just wanted to give you my thoughts on what it's been like for the past week and how it's been, owning the device even after being so skeptical about its design. So, first thing I want to talk about is the feel. Now, you get used to the feel of the 6, even though going from the 4-inch iPhone 5S to the 4.7-inch iPhone 6. When I first held it in the store, it felt awkward. It felt way bigger than the previous phone. Now, after a week, I've gotten used to the iPhone 6. The feel of it, it doesn't feel too big anymore. It feels natural. The curved edges I was kind of skeptical about, and actually they feel nice in your hand. And it's not as slippery as I thought it would be. The camera, as I pointed out before, it does stick out quite a bit. You can see there, but so far, if I look, because you're not going to be able to see it, setting it down on the surfaces and stuff like that, I don't seem to see any scratches or anything. I have to take a closer look at it, but overall, no scratches. I haven't dropped it. I don't use cases on my phone. I don't like to use cases. I think these phones look too good to have cases. The only thing I don't like, I guess you would say, still having it about the design, is the bands, the antenna bands on the back and the NFC bands up here. If you look, you can see a lot of people have been complaining about that, and rightfully so. It doesn't feel or see very Apple-like, seeing those big rubber, kind of rubber-like, I'd say, bands, but they're flush enough to where you don't really feel them if you're rubbing your hand and holding the phone, so not too big of a deal. One thing I do want to talk about the 6, it's not really about the 6, but it's kind of more about the packaging. What are you thinking, Apple? Look, right here is a picture of the iPhone 6 box. The 6 Plus is the exact same, just bigger. It's like they forgot to print the picture of the 6 on the front of the box. Like, your quality control sucks that bad to where you missed the printing of your phone on that box because it looks stupid. I'll show a picture I have all my cases from my previous phones and iPads, and they all have pictures. It looks nice in my display case. The iPhone 6 box, on the other hand, looks just like a plain white box with iPhone written on the side. The box is indented, or I'd say embossed, with the shape of the iPhone 6 on it, where the picture should have been printed. It just looks like garbage. It's not very Apple-like in your packaging. I don't know why you not have the picture of your phones on there, but that's a whole other thing. That's not including the actual phone itself, but it's just a little rant that I had about it. So, as far as the size of this phone goes, I got smaller hands, I'd say. That's why I like the 5S's size so good, is it wasn't too wide to where I was gripping the phone with my fingertips and trying to reach the other side of the phone. The 6, I was worried about that happening. I definitely wasn't going to get the 6 Plus because there's no way it'd barely fit in my hands. The 6, I can reach the other side, holding it comfortably without fear of me dropping it. The top is a little hard to reach, but that gets fixed by Apple doing the double tap on the home button to bring that down so you can reach it. So that feature's fixed. The power button on the side took a little bit getting used to. Hitting it, I find myself still reaching up to the top. Understandable why they'd go on the side for the larger size. People can't reach up there one-handed. one thing I do see when I'm taking a picture with the button, I find myself squeezing the power button because it rests directly in line with the button to take a picture on your phone. So I find myself hitting it and then it doesn't take the picture because you hit the power button at the same time. Let's see other things about it. Taking a snapshot of the screen. Normally you hit the power button and the home button at the same time and it'll snap a picture. On the top it was kind of easier to do. On here I find myself when I want to hit the power button hitting the volume up button. So taking a snapshot on the screen, it's not as quick. I notice when you hit the home button and the power button, it doesn't take the snapshot as fast as the iPhone 5S did. So I did notice that. The slow-mo on this phone though is awesome. The 240 frames a second is great. You can definitely see a noticeable difference between the 5S and the 6. The 6 Plus does have the optical image stabilization, which is okay if you're doing a lot of action moving shots, but if you're doing that kind of stuff you don't really need a phone. You'd be using a regular camera, I guess you'd say. So other than that, there's no really difference. Let's see, the camera, same 8 megapixel sensor. Well, it's not the same sensor, it's the same 8 megapixels as the 5S, but the sensor has been changed. A little bit larger sensor. The pictures look amazing. Obviously, iPhone pictures always do look amazing. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's pretty much it. It's been nice having this scaling feature because when I went from the iPhone 4S to the iPhone 5, the 4-inch screen, apps had black lines across the top and the bottom because the scaling, it didn't scale. So you had apps that would still be in the iPhone 4 and 4S screen size on your phone, but with this, it automatically scales it, which is great because you don't even see a problem with it. It doesn't seem that the only problem you do have is when you access a keyboard in an app that is for the iPhone 5 and 5S and 5C. The keys are bigger. You can definitely tell that it's being scaled up instead of being a native 4.7-inch resolution. Oh, excuse me. And yeah, as far as that, the Touch ID, I think the biggest improvement is the Touch ID on the 6 and the 6 Plus. The second generation of Touch ID is absolutely amazing. In my 5S, I found that if your Touch ID sensor gets kind of gunked up with your fingerprint and if you're sweating a little bit, the grease of your fingers, that it wouldn't read the fingerprint and say try again, try again. You'd have to try to wipe it off with your thumb to get it to try to read. With this, however, it's I'd say three times better. It's instant. Never had a problem with it at all. Even with a little bit of gunk on the phone, it still works. It works 3 times better, like I said, which is awesome because I got sick and tired of having to clean my sensor off, type in my code because it still wouldn't work. So this is a huge improvement over the 5S. The Touch ID, the camera, not huge improvement, but good. The slow-mo, huge improvement. The size, I actually find it that I like the bigger screen, more screen real estate to do stuff, and it's better to see. I didn't think I would like that at first, but it turned out to be really good, and I love this phone. I love using it. It's not too thin, it's not too thick. It's just right. It weighs good. The build quality is still Apple, it's still great. Few design changes that I would personally like to see to make it look cosmetically a little bit better. But obviously in bend gate, this whole thing, my phone isn't bending at all. It's perfectly flat. I don't wear tight jeans. If you're bending your phone from in your front pocket, that means it's in your pocket sideways and you're sitting down it's gonna bend. Keep your phone vertical, it won't bend even if you wear tight jeans. So that's my thing. I don't care about the bend gate. Other phones bend also. They did the test, and it's just you don't need to complain about it. Apple will replace your phone. So yeah, that was my iPhone 6 review 1 week later. I got the space gray. I thought it would be a little bit darker. Would like it to be a little bit darker, but it's still better than the silver because the bands aren't white. That's what my big thing is. I didn't want the white bands. So yeah, that's my review. So if you liked the video, please hit the thumbs up button, subscribe for more videos in the future. Like I said, thumbs up button if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't like it. It helps me a lot. So yeah, so we'll do another review a month down the road maybe and see how my phone's holding up without a case. And as far as that goes, we'll see you guys later. Peace.